Que bloque. OGV episode 25. It's the Bonds episode. Little disclaimer, if you do not think Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame, get out. Okay? Get out. You're a dingus. Bonds episode, we got a packed show today. Lex is back after a little hiatus. It's good to have you back, bud. You want to take care of our sponsors before we get into the show?
Yes, I do. Week 25. Hard to believe it's almost been 6 months. Am I right about that? Yeah, 6 months doing OGV. Granted, I haven't been here the whole time, but still pretty cool. Anyway, to our sponsors, we got Golf Course Degenerates. Shout them out every week. They got great gear, great Instagram page. Check them out. Quick shout out Nashville Stars. Don't have any of my gear with me today. Maybe Connor Lore, you should send us some more gear. And that's all we're rocking these days. Golf Course Degenerates and the Nashville Stars.
Yeah, check out the Nashville Stars on Instagram. They're always posting good stuff. Shout out to Nashville, next big league city. Yeah, let's get right into it. You mentioned you don't have any Nashville Stars stuff with you. You're leaving to New York at the end of the month, correct?
That's correct.
And how long are you going to be there for?
Definitely 3 months. So through the end of 2021 with no real plan after that.
So you just bought a one-way ticket and you're going there with the lady and Esh, is that correct?
That's exactly right. I got a one-way ticket, no flight home. Skylar is living with me. We're sharing a room. Esson is also living in the same apartment, separate room, in case you needed clarification on that one.
Thank you.
And so that's the plan.
And let's say which I don't know how you wouldn't, because you've already said you love the city. Let's say you love New York, and let's say this show just takes off, just gets some absolute steam coming up our ass. Where is HQ going to be located for OGV? Is it going to be in New York City? Are you going to push hard for that? Or are you coming to the Dale?
Hey man, I don't know if I have a preference, man. If the show takes off, you're the captain, and I'll follow where it goes, man.
Thank you, by the way. What are like some of the top candidates to set up an HQ for OGV, like in the world? What are we thinking?
Oh gosh. Well, Scottsdale's great because I think if we're big, you're getting a ton of celebs, you're getting a ton of golfers out there. So I think it's a good spot to be. For my own personal sanity, San Diego, just by the beach, sounds great. If we're getting crazy with it, gosh, I don't know. Any international cities come to mind for you?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier on one of our decompressions. I really love Umbria, Italy. So if we could just set up shop, I guess. I don't know how the golf is in Umbria. I know the food is phenomenal. I know the people are phenomenal, but maybe we could bring golf to Umbria, Italy and set up HQ there. As long as they have Red Zone, Sunday Ticket, and like all the TV apps, I'm in.
Dude, I'm so in. What is the, why can't I think of it? What's the city where they have the big Formula One race? Like I think it's in Italy.
Dude, I got nothing.
Bologna? No, it goes through the city. Gosh, if anyone's listening to this, they're going to be like, what are they talking about? All right, F1.
Is this like the F1 500, the big one? This is the big kahuna.
Oh, God. All right, I'm going to have to get back to you on this.
Yeah, while you're
it's
thinking
on the tip of my tongue.
Okay, well, that was a good start to the show. Weekly recap. College football is officially back. Some amazing crowds that we saw this past week. I thought that was awesome. We had the jump around Wisconsin things all the way back. We even had our, press coach comment of the week with Brian Kelly. He said he wanted to execute his whole team after they actually won the game against Florida State. But he said right after the game, he wanted to execute his team. I don't think that's far off from the thought of a lot of coaches when their team plays bad. Like, that's how emotional they get and how riled up they get.
I mean, it's on paper, it seems bad, but imagine trying to coach 80, 18 to 22-year-olds in your life, depending on how they handle their shit. Can they keep their shit together, make it out to the field, and then after all that, play a good football game? Yeah, I can understand how he's feeling for sure.
I guarantee you this is probably the 65th time at least where he's thought about executing the whole team.
Can you imagine if he said that to your face in a post game conference? Like, I would like to execute every one of you right now. That's a wild thing to say.
Well, yeah, if I was the reporter, I would have been rattled. But either way, it's great that all that is back, and Alabama is still goaty. You got anything on college football?
Did you mention UC Davis upsetting Tulsa?
I did not. I did not. Ever since Dan Hawkins took over, that's been low key one of the best FCS Division I AA, whatever the hell it's called. Been one of the best football programs in the country.
I was looking at it and I was like, do I take Tulsa to cover like the 17-point or 25-point spread against Davis just because it's Davis? Not even thinking that there's a chance that they'd win, and sure enough, they win. So it was a fat spread, huge upset. Shout out UC Davis.
I got a couple of rules. Now, I used to have one rule. Number one, never bet against Jay Less. You don't know who Jay Less is? Jim Less is the head coach of UC Davis Aggie basketball. Guy played in the league, and he's one hell of a coach. Never bet against Jay Less. Now it's never bet against D-Hawk. All right? If you could take any lesson from OGV, it's that.
Yep.
As far as golf is concerned, the Solheim Cup, I'm not sure how much you watched of it. I had never watched it before in my whole life. It's essentially, for those that don't know, it's pretty much the Ryder Cup it's the women's Ryder Cup. So they just call it the Solheim Cup. It's US versus Europe, match play, team golf, all that good stuff. Crowd was absolutely electric. They were just playing this house music at the opening tee box. People were dancing. It was just kind of like a festival, exactly how the Ryder Cup really is. I think they said they had over 120,000 fans there.
Damn.
Which is awesome. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, this was electric to watch. And anytime you get team golf, I'm in. Team golf is so electric. It kind of adds another element to the game where, people are relying on each other rather than just, the individual going out there and balling out.
So I didn't watch it. Now, after
Shocker.
doing some research and hearing you talk about it, should have watched it. Typical of me. Was it 6 days long, or was it the standard 4?
I think it was the standard 4.
Okay. And
what
was the format the same as the Ryder Cup, or was it different?
Yeah, I believe it's the same. They do the whole, I don't know what the exact format is. I know, it's the team match play, best ball, alt shot. And then the final day they do
Singles.
the 12 singles matches. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was electric too. Quick shout out. I think she's Irish. I don't want to make that mistake. Leona Maguire, the European team, I think it was her first Ryder Cup, and she's a baller, dude. Duke Blue Devil. I think she went undefeated in all of her matches. So she gained a point for the Europeans in every single match. Europeans ended up kind of waxing us, in all honesty, but it was still fun to watch.
On our home turf.
Dude, why do they always beat us in golf? Is it?
Oh.
Who started playing first? Them, huh?
Golf? Oh, Europeans for sure.
Europeans. So they got like seniority, some level of seniority complex on us. It's like the never being able to beat up your big brother. Like, no matter how, I think my brother's just going to be able to beat my ass. No matter how stronger, more good looking, more toned. I think he's just always going to be able to beat the shit out of me.
Dude, that's because Lorenzo's a savage.
You think you could beat up Lorenzo?
No way, dude. He's got married strength now.
Dude, that's like an actual thing. Yeah. It goes like married strength, obviously. Yep. Dad strength's number 1. Married strength. And then grandfather strength is like kind of a thing too, if you maintain your body.
Dude, like early grandfather strength. I remember my grandpa was like, I don't know, 70s or late 70s. He would just like flex his bicep and it was just like massive. I'm like, how are you doing this? You're like an old dude that just brought a bag of cherries to my house and
Right.
now you're just flexing on me. This is not related. Could I see your t-shirt for a second? Is that the Castellanos?
Yeah, it says here's a drive deep into left field. That'll make it a 4-0 ball game.
By Castellanos, it'll be a
Yeah,
home
it was
run.
on Amazon. Too good to pass up.
That's a great shirt.
Thank you.
Also, another side note before we move on, the city I was thinking about earlier is Monaco.
Oh, I
That's
think
what I
they
was
probably
talking
have some good golf there.
It seems pretty like hilly and mountainous, but maybe. But
Kind of a shot in the dark also. I don't know how our families would feel about it. And morally speaking, we would probably have to make tough decisions. But if we wanted to get in with the Saudis and like Saudi money, I heard Dubai is, or just in that whole world. But I heard Dubai has excellent golf.
dude, I'm pretty sure Dubai has like excellent, like anything entertainment / money related. It'd be a great place.
Right. But I think Saudi Arabia too, as a whole, once again, we'd have to make some tough decisions there, especially if the show's taking off. Probably going to have some people nipping at our feet to get involved with big oil.
Again, it's just a reoccurring theme in our show. We're just always addressing the big companies, the big things in the world. And now big oil. If big oil wants to sponsor us, I will gladly sell out for big oil money.
Definitely. Valero, Chevron, Shell.
Those don't sound like Saudi Arabian companies.
I bet they're all doing business with each
They're
other.
all
It's
getting
all
oil.
a
They're all
tit for
getting oil.
tat, exchange this, exchange that type thing. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
You're so right.
Anyway, let's get back to the golf. Speaking of, shout out Patty Ice. By the way, I don't think we need to spend too much time on that. Did you watch any of the Tour Championship?
Sorry, I just lost you for a second. Is Patty Ice Patrick Reed?
No. What?
Who's Patty Ice?
Patrick Cantlay?
Oh, God. I was like, why are we talking
Dude,
about
they gave
Patrick
him
Reed?
they gave him like a Falcons jersey with Patty Ice on it. Because
That's
the
sick.
Tour Championship was in Atlanta.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and he got a cool $15 million.
Yeah, that's what Debega, I think it was Debega. Yeah, Debega was saying that he would maybe rather win the FedEx Cup and $15 million than win a major.
Dude, I love that. He's just an honest guy. Fat
Yeah.
stacks talk, baby.
He wants to get the cheese.
Yeah, there's no cheese in a trophy. It's just a trophy.
Right.
Fat stacks last forever.
Green jacket. Who gives a shit?
That'll be at the Goodwill in a few years. Fat stacks.
Right.
Whatever
What if
you
I
want.
stain?
You could buy a green jacket with that much money.
Dude, I'll just buy a replica. I'll buy 6 replicas. Act like I won.
Seriously.
Ryder Cup, the at-large bids or the captain's picks, I should say, were announced. Not really any surprises. De Berga was one of them. Daniel Berger,
really?
for those keeping score at home. Scotty Scheffler was really the lone surprise. So out of that top 12 that qualified, Scheffler was the one that was in. Patty Reed was the one that was out. Thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say I looked at it. There weren't really like any snubs. Like there are definitely guys that have been playing well. Like Kevin Na somehow just keeps playing well, but you probably wouldn't choose him. Patrick Reed probably would have gotten chosen, except for he recently had double pneumonia.
What does that mean? He got
So
pneumonia twice. I'm
I-
not trying to make a joke about this, but like I'm genuinely.
I don't know. They keep using it on like news and sports channels, so it's like not like just it's not like mega pneumonia like we would call it. It's literally double pneumonia. I gotta imagine that's like pneumonia in both of your lungs.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, it was really serious. He was in the hospital.
And he was like worried for his life. So I think they were saying, and it makes sense, he just is like not probably fully healthy and hasn't been playing a lot of golf in the past month. And probably made the decision easy because nobody really likes him.
Yeah, I think that was a big part. the people that were like, I admit at one point I wanted, like, I was talking about it with Sleaze. By the way, go check out that interview with Sleaze last week. He's the GOAT. He's the best. I was talking about that with him like 3 weeks ago. I had a tweet that said, pick one of Finau, Cantlay, and Berger and put in Kisner and Billy Horschel. And then Finau proceeded to win, and then Cantlay proceeded to win twice in a row. So I looked really smart. But I think those are just kind of emotional. Like Scotty Scheffler already has, Kevin Na may have a couple wins, but Scotty Scheffler already has more top 10s, top 5s than Kevin Na has in his like full career.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew Scotty Scheffler's been playing really good though.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
it
realize was
just
that
he
much
makes
better.
in these types of tournaments, you just have the Ryder Cups, I guess. You got to make a lot of birdies. Like it doesn't matter if you're just playing this steady Eddie consistent par golf. You got to put the ball on the pin a lot, and Scotty Scheffler just seems to be able to do that a lot. Him and Sung Jae, I feel like just always they'll like just put a ball right on the pin from with a long iron.
Right. And there is the team aspect where you are literally playing every other shot with another guy. And this is just me observing golfers, but I would much rather be like a teammate with Scotty Scheffler, who seems like a pretty like laid back, like relaxed type of guy, than Patrick Reed, who's probably just kind of an asshole when you're having to decide what ball you're going to use, what type of shot you're going to play. I think you'd rather play and probably would play better with a guy like Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, there's a comfortability aspect for sure. I saw some people criticizing the pick of De Belga, but I was actually talking to Sleaze about it last week. De Belga I don't think he's missed a cut in like 21 starts. So he's just been consistent, steady Eddie. They're not looking for him to be this all-world performer in the Ryder Cup. He's the 11th pick. They're looking for him to steal a few points here and there.
Just to continue to be the guy that he's been all year.
Right. Just continue playing really good golf.
It's gonna be really funny if someone like listens to this podcast and like has no idea who you're talking about when you say De Belga.
We should have a De Belga counter. How many times can you say De Belga in one show?
That'd be good.
All right. You got anything else on the Ryder Cup?
No, that's good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to some team golf because I missed the Solheim Cup. Should have watched it. So Ryder Cup will be my first team golf of the year.
Love it. And you are aware that I am actually that same weekend I'm playing in the Winona Ryder Cup.
I don't know what that is. But yes, I'm aware as of right now.
So you just found I posted an announcement on my on the story.
I must have missed that one. I'm
that
sorry.
I was playing in the I committed to playing in the Winona Ryder Cup. It's another team golf event. It's kind of like the Ryder Cup, but it's in Arizona. And it's same thing, team golf, but teams of 2. And
Okay.
it's looking to gain some traction. So the trophy we're looking to make is just a big picture of Winona Ryder and Stranger Things.
Got it. That's really making a lot of sense now. Are you creating this tournament, or is this being put on by someone else, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I am the founder. I am the creator. My brother is the, I guess, co-founder, but I definitely can. Actually, he's making the rules, so he's probably CEO. I'm kind of the morale guy, tea time booker, just overall fun patrol, making sure
So,
everyone's having fun, not like the opposite.
so it sounds like you did such a good job of being the best man at your brother's wedding that he kind of wants you to just be, his best man for just other life events.
Right. I'll be the muscle at the Winona Ryder Cup for sure.
Sounds great. And where will the Winona Ryder Cup be held?
It's going to be at Wekopaw at Camelback Golf Club, the Padre course, I believe, and at TPC Stadium.
Oh,
so that's where the finals.
You are playing three.
Yeah. So the first day, the first day is Wekopaw. It's 18 holes, and then the second day is 36 holes. I've never played 36 holes in a day. I played about 25 holes last week, and I was so exhausted. Not dejected. That's not a good word, but I was mentally and physically beaten up.
So you guys are playing one course in the morning and then traveling to another course to play that second round?
Yeah, Camelback Golf Club's only about 10 to 15 minutes away from TPC, so
That's
not a bad
outstanding.
drive.
That sounds great, man. I'm looking forward to hear about that.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing like a little vlog, like a little mini vlog.
You should.
Shooting a vlog on Saturday, by the way.
Who are you playing with on Saturday?
Trenton Denholm and Tanner
that's right.
Bibby. Yep. Two members of the Cleveland Guardians filming a vlog.
Great.
It's back. The vlog is back. I got another guest lined up. So I'm actually really excited about that.
That's awesome. It's going to provide some good content.
I know it should be. So nothing else on the Ryder Cup. Quickly, the Mets. I don't know if we talked about this 2 weeks ago or it happened 2 weeks ago, but the Mets players booed their fans. Awesome move.
Yeah, I honestly saw that going differently. I saw that as Mets players booing their fans. The fans were going to, lose faith, boo them back. And it was just going to be this constant battle for the rest of the season that just wasn't healthy, was going to lead to a horrible season, which might still be a horrible season when we look back on it. But I didn't really think it was going to turn around like it's turned around.
Aren't they playing really well now?
I have no idea how they're playing. I just know that the players and the fans like each other again.
Oh, they do like each other again. Well, I know the Sandy Alderson, he called the team meeting to kind of just give Javi Baez a slap on the wrist for like doing the thumbs down at fans. I actually think this form of confrontation with the Mets is actually very healthy. For years, it's been this passive aggressive. We don't have any faith in this team. Let's get it all out there. Get all the dirty laundry out there. Let the fans boo the players. Let the players boo the fans. I think that's going to create, because for years, it's just been this, why are they booing? Should we boo? I hate this team. We know this team's not going to do anything, even though they made the World Series one year. I think if they all just air out their grievances on the field right away, I think that breeds for a healthier work environment, at least for the Mets.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Javi Baez, it's me. This is me being serious. I'm all for the thumbs down. Like, I get where you come from. Maybe just like don't say it in an interview, like as to why you're doing that. And then there's no problems. Also, maybe don't be like the worst player in baseball since you got traded to the Mets, and maybe that'll make things a little bit better too. But yeah, I'm glad that kind of worked itself out.
Yeah, that was a very funny thing, just classic Mets. And then like 2 days after that came out, then the guy got arrested for DUI where he was at Steve Cohen's house and was just sleeping in his car.
Wait,
their GM.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you thought it was Steve Cohen?
No, I just thought it was some fan. I don't know why I thought that. Just like
yeah, just he won just a raffle.
Some fan. I don't know. Yeah, I did see that. I also wanted to mention, while we're on the subject of baseball, Lamont Wade, another game-winning hit. He's hitting 600 in the 9th inning this year. Many of those being pinch hit at bats. I know he's got a couple bombs, a triple, like just absolutely clutch for the Giants.
Yeah, I saw that graphic. 9 for 15 in the 9th inning this year. That's an absurd number. That's a video game statistic.
I mean, we were talking to Jamal about it a couple of weeks ago, how he didn't like pinch hitting, but he, instead of woe is me, I don't want to pinch hit in the 9th inning, you just like turn it around, and now he's like their best pinch hitter, and he's delivered every time.
And he's just in the 4-hole for the team that has the most home runs in baseball.
Dude, he's done a little bit of that. He's played every position. He hits leadoff. He hits 4-hole. I think he literally is just like, "What do you want me to do today?" And they're like, "Can you do this?" And he's like, "Okay."
He plays like his just overall outlook on everything, where it's just like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess I'm playing left field. Okay, I guess I'm playing right field."
Hey, Lamont, could you catch today? Sure, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we got anything else on baseball?
No, that's good.
Before we get to our segments. All right, the NFL's back.
Let's go.
The NFL is back, baby. I got 3 TVs going. I've requested all the Sundays off.
For the next 22 weeks.
For the next, however long the NFL's going, I'm requesting that Sunday, or just whenever the Niners are playing. This is a little something that I did, and we'll introduce your portion of the segment after.
Great.
Something I did on the old Long Ball Podcast. Shout out Alan Stiles. I did a ride with Razzy during the NFL season because we had a bet online sponsorship. So I would do a ride with Razzy. I give you 3 picks. Lex is going to hold me accountable. We'll go over my record after each week. I got 3 picks for you this week. Niners.
These separate, by the way? I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
They're separate picks.
Yeah, these are separate picks.
Okay, write them down.
Niners minus 7.5 against the Lions. That's not an emotional pick. I have high expectations for the Niners this year.
So this is to cover, not just a win. To cover 7.5.
Cover 7.5.
What a scary number.
It's going to be a beatdown, and it should be a beatdown. There's nothing like beating someone's ass in sports, honestly. Like, we love winning close games, all that good stuff. It's a straight up party in the dugout, party on the bench when you're just kicking the living shit out of the team. I expect the Niners to do that.
So true.
I got Pittsburgh at plus 6.5.
Who are they playing?
Against Buffalo. They're at Buffalo. Look, I think Buffalo's going to win the game. I like the Bills. That's a huge number. 6.5 is a gigantic number.
Yeah, but I don't know how much I'm supposed to comment on this now. I know I'm just holding you accountable, but 6.5, I mean, the Bills are going to win by 7 and you're not going to cover.
You think the Bills are going to win by 7? I can
I'm
see
just
them winning by
saying
4.
I'm just saying it's dangerous to have it at plus 6.5.
Well, that's why this is my fucking segment, Alex.
Okay, I'm just saying I'll hold comments till next week.
All right? My third pick, the Vikings minus 3.5 against the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals. I think the Bengals stink. I think they're going to stink, and I can tell you don't like this pick either. I don't know what.
I picked the Bengals. I have a pick 'em league where you have to pick the winner of every game, and I picked the Bengals for this game.
So here's my thing: like, week 1, other than Belichick, because he's just experimenting for the first 4 games of the season always, I just view it as coaching. Like, which team's going to be more prepared? I like Mike Zimmer just getting the boys ready to hit someone in the mouth. If you were to ask me, gun to my head, who's going to have their team ready to punch someone in the fucking face week 1? It's going to be Mike Zimmer or who's the Bengal, Zach Daly. I'm picking Mike Zimmer every day of the week. That's kind of how I view this one.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that pick. I thought it was just funny that I had chosen the Bengals to win.
Okay, so we'll review this after I go 3-0.
Written down, if you would like to ride with Razzy and make those bets, all those bets are going to be for even money. I guess if you're through a online bookie, maybe minus 110. They got to take their rake.
Yeah, I got to decide which service I'm going to use, given that it's legal tomorrow.
Is
in
it
Arizona?
Actually?
Yeah,
wow.
It's gonna be legal in Arizona tomorrow.
So that opens you up to the casino books, I guess.
Well, yeah, check this out. I got this cool DraftKings hat. Actually, this isn't that cool of a hat, but it's
a hat at least.
Yeah, it's a cool. Yeah, it's not a cool hat, but it's a hat for sure.
But because California, it's not legal, so you have to use Bovada or another bookie.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, you can use DraftKings.
Oh, DraftKings, you can straight up. Oh, you can straight up just make bets. Yeah, that is sick.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. All right, you have a teaser for us.
Yep, every week I'm going to bring you a teaser. The number of teams is going to be inconsistent. It's going to range between probably 3 to 5. And I'm going to hit on, over half of these this year and make you some money. Ready to hear it?
I'm ready. I'm writing it down.
Okay, for a quick explanation of a teaser, if you don't know what that is, you basically take the line and you get to add 6 points to it, right? So if you're betting on the favorite, they can now, I don't know what the best way to explain this is. It's just 6 more points in your favor. Is that a good
You
way
shouldn't even have to explain it. Just
all right. Well, anyway.
Just say teaser.
All right, teaser. We got 3 teams this week. We're taking the Niners. We're teasing them down to minus 1.5. So all they got to do is win by 2 points. Chiefs, we're teasing them down to money line. They were originally minus 6. Now they're at even. So they just got to win.
Against the Browns, correct?
Against the Browns.
That's going to be your big one.
You think that's the hardest one to win?
Well, keep going.
Okay. And my last one is going to be Colts at home +9, teased to +9 versus the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs money line is going to be the toughest one. I think
You just-
Niners blow them out.
So
Colts,
-1.5 is no issue.
-1.5 is the least of your concerns this weekend. I think that should be on maybe the very back of your mind. Whatever you're pushing down for the week, that should be where the Niners -1.5 is. Chiefs money line, I think they're going to win. I think it's a solid pick, but I don't discount Cleveland.
I mean, Vegas had them winning by a touchdown, so they just got to win now. Chiefs just got to win.
Right. No, I agree. I
Okay,
agree.
so if you place this bet, your odds are +150, so you get 1.5 times your money. We'll see where we're at next week with this.
Love it. I love that we're getting into the gambling business.
Let's ride.
This is a big kind of a milestone episode. It's the Bonds episode, but we're getting into big oil, and now we're getting into big betting.
And the NFL, just another, we love it, but also super corrupt.
Very much corrupt. Watch, what's that movie? The guy that got pretty much exiled to UC Davis, Concussion.
Will Smith?
Yeah. That guy is a professor at Davis, right?
If you asked me that specific question, like was the doctor in that movie from Davis, I would have said yes.
Yeah, he's like, it was obviously after he went after the NFL, but that's what I said. Like he lives in Lodi now.
Dude, what a horrible place to live.
Yeah, I know, seriously. All right, Wet Willy of the week. Before we get to our decompression segment, Wet Willy of the week. Not sure if you've been living under a rock, or whoever hasn't heard of this has definitely been living under a rock. Bishop Sycamore High School. They played IMG Academy. Some of these images of, look, I know these guys I've been through the ringer in life, like to get serious, but some of the images, looking at it from a comedic standpoint, of these dudes that look like they're 25 years old playing high school kids, and they're losing 55-0 to IMG Academy. That's one of the most bizarre stories. There's going to be a documentary on it. Has to be. My Wet Willy of the week is Coach Roy Johnson. I believe he's also a fugitive for fraud.
Separately from this event or because of this event?
It's got to be because of this event. He's probably getting writing bogus checks. It's essentially a mix of the movie Accepted and Catch Me If You Can.
Wow,
so this guy essentially made a fake school, Accepted, and now he's just writing all these bogus checks to get the team funded. Catch Me If You Can. So that's kind of where that all bundles together. But this guy had a pretty good run for 3 years. And then now it took ESPN fucking up on a colossal scale to put them on, to broadcast them, for people to actually figure out, hey, this guy's running a big scheme. So Roy Johnson, as much as I want to give you a little bit of credit for keeping it going, you're going to get Wet Willy, buddy. These are kids.
What's that? What's like his end goal? Like what does he gain from this?
I have no idea.
Like I'm trying to like Catch Me If You Can, right? Millions of dollars, got all these jobs, he's got the life he wants. This guy, like, was his goal to just make it onto a national scale and then for people to find out about this? Because if that was the goal, like, congrats, you did it. But like, I don't understand. I just don't understand. Like, just be a regular high school football coach.
Well, also, what is he expecting, that this is going to become some powerhouse school? Like, bro, you're losing by 40 in all of your games.
It was so funny to see the clips of the ESPN broadcasters being like, I don't think this is the team we thought they were. I'm pretty like nervous for the kids down there. Like something's wrong. Like they knew something wasn't right.
It's an eerie feeling about this
like
game.
Something's wrong about this game right now.
Yeah, and the fact that the guy on the broadcast is like, yeah, we have all these commitments. We can't verify anywhere that these guys are actually going to these schools.
Dude, I would not have admitted that. Like, yeah, we took their word for it. Like no one's ever lied about like their commitments before.
Honor system.
Right. That's a good wet Willy.
Thank you.
My wet Willy of the week is Joe Rogan. Did you see this story?
I just saw that he had COVID and was like live streaming it, but I didn't really pay much attention after he was just like, I don't know, talking himself through COVID. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Again, I always seem to find a way to mention COVID and probably get political as I shouldn't, but I'm going to try and make this not political. Joe Rogan gets COVID, hasn't been vaccinated. That's besides the point. He takes this drug called, I forget what it's called. Let me look. It's like Invex.
Is it Invermectin or something like that?
Yeah.
Is it
yeah,
the
yeah,
horse dewormer?
Yeah. So it's a horse dewormer.
I don't even know what that is.
Pretty sure it's like
dewormer.
Like if you actually have, like, it sterilizes you. Like that's the goal, right? So if you have, what? If you have worms or if you have stuff like that, it's supposed to like sterilize you, and it's also used on animals. And I don't know if that means that it sterilizes you, like you can't produce like.
Wait, so you literally can't come?
I mean, you could probably come, but you're probably not producing sperm cells.
You're
I don't know.
blanks.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's like a vasectomy. Damn.
And the CDC. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's this the CDC and the FDA. Do I have those right?
I think so. That sounds about right.
They're like recommending that you don't take that. They're saying don't do that. So I'm just like, besides all the political decisions or just the decisions in general, where's the logic there? You don't take the one thing that they're recommending, and then you take the horse dewormer. So you're willing to take something, but not the thing that they're recommending. You take the horse dewormer. Anyway, Joe Rogan, that logic just doesn't add up. You're getting a wet Willy.
Right. Just the fact that there's a lot of options on the table there. You take overload on vitamin C.
Right.
You get some magnesium, replenish your iron levels with some iron. You go with the horse dewormer. That's a weird option.
And I get it. Like if things are, I don't get it. If things are, going really south for you and you realize you might be in some trouble, yeah, then maybe try the horse dewormer. But if you just realize you test positive for COVID and go straight to the horse dewormer over, your standard Tylenol, Advil, I just question where your mind's at, where your logic is.
Right. There has to be like, Joe Rogan's a smart guy. There's got to be some sort of evidence that points to, hey, maybe this does help, but at the same time,
yeah. And he said, he said doctors recommended it to him. I'm not saying I believe him or don't believe him. I'm just saying all of a sudden your logic is like, okay, let's go with that one.
Right. No clue what's in the vaccine.
Not the one that was made exactly for, the COVID variant. So anyway, logic's just a little off. I'd give him a wet Willy.
Right. Right. The horse medicine makes total sense.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, we've actually made some great time. So we're going to have some time here with our decompression. I want everyone to take a deep breath, let out everything that's come on this show, breathe it out. It's now time to decompress. Certified Lover Boy, what are our thoughts on the album?
So when the album came out, I was sitting having a beer out at a restaurant with Blake and a couple of the other, friends. And he said that you had texted him immediately when it had come out and said, he's done it again. And so I said, okay, I got to get in my car and head home, turn on Certified Lover Boy, get to the second song, Poppy's Home. I immediately call Blake and say, hey, Orlando's right. You need to get home and start listening to this album.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys took my word for it. For those that don't know, I'm a big Drake guy. Listen to all of his albums, have all of his albums downloaded. I think he's the GOAT. I don't consider him the best rapper of all time. I consider him the best musician of all time. And I don't know if there's a close particular second. I've said you can make a March Madness bracket of all of his bangers. You could probably make multiple March Madness brackets. And I would love for someone to show me any other artist where you could say that about. But this, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know myself. I'm a person that listens to the hits. I like pop. I'm not someone that's necessarily going to listen to all of Drake's music. If you made a bracket with 64 songs, I think I would probably know all 64. So that's saying something.
Right. And I'm the same way. I'll listen to hits. Drake's, there's very few artists where I'll just take the time and go through every song on the album. Drake's one of them. But I've said it, like I said, I did my first solo podcast a while ago for the long ball.
Yeah.
And in it was after Drake came out with Laugh Now, Cry Later. Also just an absolute heat seeking missile of a song. um, and I just said, like, Drake is Tom Brady. He really is Tom Brady. He'll throw out the Tootsie slide. He'll throw out a little screen pass, a little 5-yard slant. He'll lull you to sleep sometimes with some songs when he's all emo. And then once the defense is asleep, he's burning you over the top. He's coming at you with a Poppy's Home. He's coming at you with a Knife Talk. Dude, I'm actually a little nervous as to how I'm going to act in the club when Knife Talk comes on.
What was I gonna say? I think that your
Or
Tom Brady.
Blake.
I think that your Tom Brady comparison is spot on, man. It's basically up to him at this point, as is Tom Brady. How long do you want to play the game? How long do you want to play? How much do you want to succeed? Because there's no one stopping you. You are the creator of your own destiny at this point, and it's just a choice. So if Drake wants to make music for another 40 years, probably can. If he wants to end it today, he'll probably still go down as a GOAT. But to see the next day or 2 days after that the top 21 songs on Apple Music were the 21 songs on Drake's album, and was like, holy shit, this is
He owns it.
Everyone in the world like understands that this album just came out.
Yeah, it's insane. It really is insane. I just think, like, I saw some critics saying, some haters out there saying that Drake's music hasn't evolved since he started making music. Bro, if you can make the same style of music with, I don't know, 7 albums, however many albums he has, 8 albums, and you can still make bangers after banger after banger after banger with the same style of music, not having to evolve, that's awesome. We all love that. I wish Akon still made music the way he did when he was in 2000, but artists evolve like that. Kanye's trying to evolve, and he's hella weird.
It's bullshit. I literally opened up Donda, scrolled through it, was hoping to just find one thing to bring me back to the past, one thing to remind me of an album cover with, a teddy bear on it. And there wasn't one song on there that reminded me of the past. And I don't want to listen to any of it. I miss the old Kanye. Those bangers were the ones I wanted. And Drake keeps on hitting bangers just like he did in the old days.
Right. It's like we're living in the early 2000s with Drake. I'm still living in high school. It's this nostalgic feeling that he provides always.
Dude, what a time for music that was. The late 2000s, early 2010s. Gosh.
Damn. Who were some of your go-to legends?
Dude, that was like the Akon, Lil Wayne, that early Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, who am I missing off the top of my head?
Big timers, Birdman, Titty Boy, 2 Chainz.
T.I. T.I. had some bangers. He had a great album.
Yep. 3-6 Mafia.
Dude, 3-6 Mafia, Flow Rider, like Neo.
You name it. Neo, Usher. Rick Ross. Rick Ross, dude, low-key has been a beast for more than a decade.
If you go on like Spotify or Apple Music and you look up Rick Ross or E40, they have a shit ton of albums. Like they come out with like an album every year and no one even knows about it. And there's just tons of songs on there.
I know E40 has a fuck ton of music.
I know.
I can't say I'm like, I love E40. I'm not going to go through and listen to an E40 album.
No, but like the bangers of E40 are great. But like, yeah, E40 album, I don't know what I would do with myself.
You know what I also loved about that era is and Drake kind of has it with the OVO clothing line. I like the owl, but I miss the clothing lines. Remember, there were so many clothing lines during that time of music. It was like, you had your Sean Johns. truck fit was that was on the come up when like you had Sean John, South Pole, Master P's clothing line, P Miller. I had a few P Miller stuff. I don't
Dude,
know.
I'm not familiar with any of these clothing lines.
Fat Farm. Remember those shoes? I had some Fat Farm shoes.
No.
It was Fat Farm, PH. I think it's 2 PHs
Dude,
in
just
both the
bring us back
fat
to
and the farm.
big pharma, always there.
They might have been behind these shoes. I'm not sure. So I could have been selling out early. But yeah, I miss all these clothing lines. I hope some of these clothing lines come back. I read somewhere that P Miller was coming. I'm a big clothing line guy. I bought a big Baller Brand shirt when they like first came out with.
Yeah, I know this isn't clothing line, but I was at a shout out to myself. I was at Bottle Rock this past weekend.
I was going to bring that up at the very end. That's awesome.
They they had all the artist merch. So they had Bottle Rock merch, but then they had all the artists like separate merch. And like some of the artists had like some sick stuff. Like Polo G had some sick gear. Megan Thee Stallion had some sick gear. They're sick. Like artists have cool merch, but yeah, there's not really any like notable brands that I know of these days.
What's Meg Thee Stallion's brand called?
I don't know. Let me look.
If you had to rank the top 3 performances over the weekend, who would it be? Bottle Rock Napa, by the way, looks just like a whole vibe.
Dude, it's a vibe. There really is great food, great drinks. There's an abundance of it, plus like awesome performances by like world-class musicians on a little bit smaller venue. So it's pretty cool. Okay, top 3. I'm looking at the Megan Thee Stallion stuff. So unfortunately, I didn't get to see Megan Thee Stallion because I saw Foo Fighters, and Foo Fighters was by far the best musical performance I've probably ever seen. It was 2.5 hours nonstop. Like the music did not stop in between songs, of just all the good Foo Fighter songs, but all like unique to that day, like with awesome solos, longer versions, just just really unique. And it was just, really an awesome rock concert. So that's my number 1. Number 2, Miley Cyrus. I chose to go to see her over Guns N' Roses. That was an epic performance. People were really stoked to see her. And number 3 was probably, honestly, Jack Harlow. I had a ton of fun watching Jack Harlow. It was like a 45-minute set, but he got everyone going, even the like older people in the rafters that paid for the VIP tickets. I weren't really sure what they were watching. By the end, like that whole section was just like,
they liked it.
They were vibing it, and they loved it. Yeah, it was sick. So those are my top 3. I might have missed a couple, but those are the top 3.
Now, I know Miley just consistently still puts out really good music. Did Miley play the hits?
She played the hits. She played some she played some newer stuff. Her vibe kind of changed throughout the show, but she did play The Climb. She played she led off the show with Can't Stop. Is that what it's called? We Can't Stop.
Yeah, We Can't Stop.
So that one was fire. And she did play Party in the USA. I couldn't believe it. It was pretty epic.
That's her number 1 song. I feel like you have to play that.
I know, but I was just kind of wondering if she's like over that phase. Like, is she past that phase? Does she not play that anymore? And then she played it, and it was just like totally awesome. I'm sure I'm missing a couple songs, but like,
did she do any Hannah Montana stuff?
I don't think she did any Hannah Montana. If she did, I didn't know it.
Damn, I wish she would have done.
Oh, and Wrecking Ball. She did Wrecking Ball too.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are major.
I mean, Best of Both Worlds is probably up there in the top 5 for me.
That definitely didn't come on.
Damn. Do you think she still performs that? I definitely would.
I don't know. She seemed like she was kind of embracing like her old like Hannah Montana. Like she wasn't trying to avoid it. She like knew that people like liked her as Hannah Montana. So
yeah, I mean they're still playing it. I actually have Best of Both Worlds on the Country Clubbing playlist.
Dude, no shame. I have a bunch of songs like that on my playlist.
Yeah, always. All right. Well, that was a beautiful decompression. It's a beautiful show. It's very good. Way to bring it today.
Great flow today. I hope there's some good clips from that show.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do from here on out is I'm going to make a best of YouTube.
Okay.
And then, so just shorten that up, put that on YouTube, and then the whole podcast will just be available.
I love that idea.
Yep.
Love that.
And we got the vlog coming out. not sure. We may do a show next week while I'm editing the vlog and getting that out. So the vlog would be,
Okay.
Posted in a couple weeks. Follow us on Instagram, OGV_golf at Orazo3, and follow me on Twitter at Orazo.
Yep. Shout out to you. You've been posting good content on the OGV page, on your personal page, and both Twitter pages. I really enjoyed
TikTok too. TikTok,
Oh, yeah.
OGV_golf. The most amount of TikTok traffic I've gotten. Let's actually check the updated list here. It's fucked up, dude. So I'm posting golf clips. I want to post more hole vlogs.
Yeah.
That's my next thing, my next little project I want to get involved with. But the most hits I've gotten on one of the videos, it's golf. It's actually good golf talk with sleaze. But the most video with the most hits is that when you have low T clip, when I just talked about how exhausting it'd be to be in orgies.
Dude,
It's like,
I'm telling you, I love the whole vlogs. I think those are going to catch. Those are a great way to put content in like a minute or whatever it is. But
yeah,
it's the one-liners, man. It's the funny sentences. It's the jokes that are gonna hit. So I'm not that surprised.
yeah, I know. I feel like there's a few from this show.
But you can't force that. You can't just make a show of all jokes.
Right. There's got to be substance. There's got to be a heartbeat.
There's got to be something there.
This is still a fetus.
What are you getting political with the whole Texas abortion thing right now?
That was not it.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, follow me. My Instagram is at Alex E. Aguirre. Haven't been posting much on my cards page. You know what? Don't even worry about it. Just follow me personal.
Copy that. So unfollow Lex on his cards page.
No, don't unfollow me. I'll just keep you updated when I start posting more content on there.
Gotcha. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Orlando.